This meeting will come to order. Does anybody have an objection to starting? This is a meeting of the Administration Committee of the Bloomington Common Council. And we have one item on the agenda, Ordinance 2008. Here to present it is Director of Human Resources, Caroline Shaw. Hello, Caroline.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me this evening. Hope everyone's doing well. So this is just a minor amendment to the salary ordinance with 3 changes. It's amending salary ordinance 1921, which fixed the salaries for the 2020 salaries for City of Bloomington employees back during the 2020 budget process. So the 3 changes, the first and most significant one is adding a network and security administrator to the IT department, information and technology services, an organizational assessment and a strategic plan by a IT consulting firm. Both thought that was a really important thing for us to do in the IT department. It makes a dedicated resource focused on network and security. Before it was split between 2 different individuals. I can go into more detail at some point if you'd like me to do that, but we anticipate the 2020 fiscal impact for adding a new position for about a half of a year, assuming we find someone by mid-year, is about $44,000. And then the next 2 changes, the simplest is just a title change. A training coordinator, which is currently a grade 8 in central emergency dispatch, is now being called a telecommunications assistant manager. And that position has had more management responsibilities in the job description for a couple of years, I've been told. And for some reason, we had not changed the title on it. But the new director in telecommunications suggested we do that. And that's what we're doing right now. So the title will now be telecommunications assistant manager as opposed to training coordinator. And then finally, in the records department, the records supervisor for years has been a grade 8. And a grade 7, and they requested that we look at it in the job evaluation committee. And we looked at it, looked at all the additional responsibilities and the growth of that department and other complexities. It easily scored a grade 8. And we anticipate the fiscal impact of that being minimal. I'm happy to take any questions at this time.
Thank you for the presentation. Are there questions from committee members? Councilmember Sims.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Ms. Shaw, and I know you said it's minimal. Do you have any idea on what the records division impact is?
Well, so,
I know it's minimal and I don't want to split hairs, but.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you asking that question, Councilmember Sims. So the reality is there's been a vacancy in that department for some time. Yes. And because of that vacancy, there is some there's extra money. So I doubt there will be any impact, but I hesitate to say that, obviously, until the year unfolds. And we typically report back on that through the controller's office.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Thanks, Councilmember Sims. Any other member have a question? I have a couple if they don't. Okay. You just said in follow-up to Councilmember Sims' question, you said that there's a position vacant and that's how you're funding this for the year. But I mean, won't the position be permanent?
The former records supervisor, I forget when she retired, but her position has been vacant for a few months. And then we did bring someone in to that, and now the assistant supervisor position is vacant. So I'm just saying in the current impact of that department, there have been a couple of vacancies over multiple months. So fiscal impact is minimal.
I mean, that's fine. That's for this year, but it'll mean a permanent ongoing impact in years to come.
So every, we hire people, we lose people, depending on the experience of a person coming in. The salaries will be different from year to year, though within the grade that you approve.
Okay. The other question I had was about the sysadmin. Do we already have a system administrator, or are we adding one, or is this the first sysadmin that we're hiring?
This is a network and security administrator. So we are adding a network and security administrator. And I believe we do I believe we do have a systems, I don't remember the exact title, Councilmember Volan, but I believe there is a systems administrator, but this is network and security administrator. Focused on the
Okay.
wide area network, the local area network, and cybersecurity.
Okay, so we've never actually had somebody who's just doing network security.
No.
Okay.
It's been, as I understand it, it's been split between a couple of individuals in the department for several years. The former assistant director did a lot of, I think, of the network administration, and I'm not, somebody else has been focused on security. I think it's just been kind of cobbled together. I think it's really important to have a dedicated person focused on it, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm actually a little surprised that we haven't had one. So, I mean, after all this time, so, okay, thank you.
It's a good thing to do.
Any other questions? Yeah. Okay, if there are no other questions, this is a chance for the public to weigh in on Ordinance 2008. If you are interested in speaking to this ordinance, please type into the Zoom chat or use the raise hand function in Zoom, and Stephen Lucas, who's administering the meeting, will call on you. Is there anyone who wants to speak to Ordinance 2008? We'll wait a few seconds. If there's anyone present who wants to speak, please raise your hand using the function in Zoom or type into the Zoom chat. Okay, Mr. Lucas, are there any takers?
No takers. I hear my dogs barking upstairs, but no one is.
Well, let's ask one of them.
Yeah.
Probably not on this ordinance. So.
All right, coming back to the committee for final comment. Also, is there an interest in continuing to a second meeting or making a recommendation? And let's start with comments. Seeing that, I'll entertain a motion to continue.
Councilmember Sims? Councilmember Sims has a comment.
He did? He didn't
Yeah.
raise it. Is he froze?
He's
frozen on my screen. Mr. Sims, please go ahead.
He's decidedly not.
Yeah, please go ahead, Mr. Sims.
Am I frozen on your screen, Sue, or anyone else?
No, you're not frozen.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Two things. The first thing, and I'll kill two birds with one stone. I don't think this will require a second meeting. But my comment is, first of all, I just want to thank Ms. Shaw for bringing this information. And for those listening, and I think even those that are here present, this has been part of the discussion. We've heard all the details before, I think starting with a work session. So this is anticipated and expected, and this is more or less a formality. I don't want to call it housekeeping because this is a little bit more than that, but a simple formality that we're all aware of. So, and I will vote positively to recommend it to the council.
Thank you, Mr. Sims. Any other committee member wish to weigh in?
Move to pass.
Hold on. I wanted to say specifically that I don't have a problem approving a new position in a situation like the one we're facing now economically, because right now, during this crisis, a tremendous number of people are dependent on IT systems. And I don't just mean in City Hall, I mean the public. Like we're meeting right now over a network. And so, in another year, I might have had a second thought, but I don't even have that, just because network security is so very important. So, I wanted to make that point about the IT position. I think that's an important thing to say right now. The others, I think, as Councilmember Sims noted, are not particularly controversial. I will, however, point out that work sessions are informal. They're not, while they're advertised meetings of council, the bulk of the action is supposed to happen here in committee and at regular session. So I would be loath to characterize work sessions as having already, the fact that we may have been exposed to it in work session, like doesn't obviate the need for meetings like this one. So I just wanted to make that point. With that, I have a motion for Councilmember Scambaluri. Is there a second?
Actually, it was from Councilmember Rollo, but I will second.
I'm sorry. Councilmember Rallo made the motion. I'll start with Councilmember Sims,
Yes.
Councilmember Scambaluri,
Yes.
Councilmember Rallo.
Yes.
Councilmember Volin says yes as well. That ordinance is recommended 4-0. It goes back to the full council and regular session on May the 20th.
Thank you all.
Are there any other business for the administration committee? Mr. Sherman, while we have them here, we're planning to schedule a meeting on personnel. Can we set a time now?
Yes, you could. Actually, it'd be very efficient to do that. It looks like sometime on Monday would work in terms of getting the 48-hour notice out. Since you're all in the room, resolving that would be very helpful.
Does everybody know on the committee what time we could meet on Monday or Tuesday? Anybody speak up?
So 2:30 on Friday. I'm sorry. Yeah, Friday is not acceptable. Is that not enough time, Dan?
That's correct. Yeah. We didn't get notice out by 2:30 today, so that won't serve.
Monday morning?
Monday morning works for me.
What time?
9 a.m.
That's fine.
Okay.
Dave?
All right. 3 out of 4. What say you?
I didn't
Mr.
see Dave.
President?
I didn't see Dave. Yeah, I'll be there. That's
He
fine.
gave a thumbs up.
So 9 a.m. Monday morning, we'll be meeting as the admin committee. Is there time to get the notice out?
Yes, I'll make sure I'll contact Becky and we'll get it out.
Okay. With that, I think the meeting is adjourned.